register. So I had to only
Okay, we back.
Anything lower and it would just be gone. So yeah, we made it though. That's anybody great.
Hi, my name's Matt Fuentes. I played Bob. I was. I want to thank everybody for coming out, all friends and family. It was really nice for the support. I really appreciate that. My sentiments is what Derek said about the ship and the shooting, and Eduardo, and the fun that we had on ship. Eduardo tends to get a lot of the same people up for his movies, so we worked together before in the past, and it's always just a good experience up there. So thank you, Eduardo.
A little bit. That's out.
Hi guys, my name is Jose Palacios. I played the nephew, Juan, and I first met Eddie years ago, and the first thing I noticed was how creative this guy was. And I was like, ooh, I like this guy. Creative, he gets projects done, and he's just a good guy overall, right? So one of the things that I remember on the set was, remember when the ship, right? Oh God, the ship, this is awesome. Beat up, right? But it was an experience on its own. Then I got to see the cast, and then I was like, all right, let's take a look at this bear. How are we gonna do the bear? Like, right? Let's take a look, right? I ordered the suit. Everyone was excited to see it, and then we get the bear, and it's like, oh my God. Oh, okay, how are we gonna make this? You know, so when I saw the bear today for the first time, I was like, oh my God, it scared me a little bit. So with that said, I think it was awesome. It was a pretty freaky looking bear. So good job, all right? And thank you for having us here.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mike Grayson. I appreciate y'all. Been knowing Ed for a long time. Been part of his films. This one was actually a little different. Kind of the same boat with Cheryl. I've never told Ed no before, but this one I was deep into my football season coaching, and he offered me a role in the film, and I was like, it's not a no, but the schedule is not right now. But I really, really wanted to be a part of this project after reading the script, and I found it really interesting. And it hurt me that he was filming and I wasn't a part of it. And then he called me and said, "Hey man, I actually got a role for you. Are you free?"
There's on the ship.
So I don't even have names.
Work.
So Briggs. Is it Briggs? Okay, Briggs. There we go.
Right off the freeway.
Mechanic Briggs. But it was cool, kind
Definitely
of being able to
level.
experience this for the first time. And see this
And my
awesome,
baby gonna be speaking next, so
ensemble of this
I
cast
gotta be
right
ready
here.
to zoom in.
It was just me and Jose on set, really. There's a couple other actors, so I wasn't really a part of the shooting days. So it was kind of crazy. It's like, okay, this is what you're reacting to. In the scene, this is what they're doing. And I had read the script, and I'm like, oh, this is the part where they're doing this. So it was kind of cool to, kind of see the reactions kind of play on one another, and kind of being on the phone with this guy, and I'm not really talking to anyone. Just seeing the movie magic us two come together was pretty awesome. Getting on the ship was amazing. I was just kind of doing an interview earlier, and I was just like, man, I'm getting goosebumps even thinking about it because it was so authentic, and it kind of really helped get into the character a lot more because it was a real set, and it had so much history a part of it. I used to cruise around, and I think James Bond was filmed on there, right? Like a bunch of different films was filmed on that boat, so it was good to be a part of history, and I thank you all for coming out.
Yo, my baby.
Hello, my name is Jonas Cain-Lewis.
Hey, JoJo!
Thank you. I played the role of Lori, Nurse Lori. It was just an amazing experience. I don't mean to get all emotional, but when Ed called me to do this film, my life was we were going through so much. My husband was shot at work in a hate crime, and then I had brain surgery. And literally, I was cleared to fly the day that he called me to film it. So I'm just like Mike, when he calls me for anything, I never say no, because I know it's gonna be a good time. I know I'm gonna be respected. I'm gonna be treated well, and it's like family. And yeah, I just thank him for that because it was everything I needed. I hadn't auditioned none, you guys, like none. And it was just a huge blessing to get that call. And it's like, oh, he doesn't even have no idea.
Hi everybody, I'm Tim Morrill, and I played the bear. Just kidding.
All right, the
You
bear.
did not see me in the film. I was behind the scenes. I was the production manager, and I got to say, the one thing that Eduardo is a force to be reckoned with, because when he says, "I want to do this," nothing stops him. He's like, "We're gonna film on this ship. It's it's still under construction. There's still like things. There's just like every corner there's something going on." And he's like, "No, we're gonna film here." And we did. We used every part of that boat, and you can see it on the screen, and it's a testament to that the ship. This is like the last film that ship has been used for, and so it's like it's a time capsule. So. Anyway, thank you, Eduardo, for bringing me on. Thank you for bringing this great cast on.
Film on that ship.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. We really appreciate you. Support is everything.
Before we get to the audience portion of the Q&A, I just had a couple questions. You can bring that microphone all the way back. This movie's a blast to watch. One of my favorite moments is between Missy and Dave. Dave is about to go off and look for the hospital bag. And they're about to kiss, and then Dave just walks away. It's one of my favorite. That gag gets me every single time. Every 2 times I've seen it. Eduardo, can you tell us a little bit about writing in this style? Maybe some inspiration or challenges you may find, or where this kind of humor is coming from?
Absolutely. Before that, though, just because Tim reminded me when he's saying time capsule, I do want to shout out 2 people who were in the movie. If you saw the in memoriam, Nicole Bracey and Franco Allen, we lost this past year, and they were really part of this team and part of this family. And I just so thankful that you all got to see their last performance and everything like that. So I just want to give a round of applause. Nicole played the hotel clerk in the beginning, and Franco played one of the passengers who talks about the braids. So I'm glad you all laughed at that and got to share that moment. So thank you. Yeah. He actually wrote that line himself, so that shows his creativity. And then the kiss, that was all these 2 over here. I had no idea that was going to happen. I'm absolutely keeping that in the edit. Everything else, I would say about 90% was just scripted. I was just having fun in the script and just kind of putting my humor and my touch to everything. And I would write every day for months and months, and the cast will bet I sent 50 different drafts, I think draft 62. I just kept going. Yeah, the more I talked with everybody, it's like, oh, maybe I could do this with the character, and they were just so collaborative, and I just felt so comfortable with them, and it was the best. Yeah,
I think it shows. All right, we are turning it over to you all for some questions. Here's how it's going to work. Luke is going to go around with a microphone. You can raise your hand if you have a question. I will go ahead and point you out. Luke will run that microphone to you. You can ask your question. You can go ahead and maybe direct your question to the person you're asking. Ask your question. Try to keep it brief so we can get as many questions as possible. And then when you're finished with your question, go ahead and hand that microphone back to Luke. All right, we are starting. We have a hand right here in the middle.
Hello. This question is for Eduardo. What inspired you to do this particular film?
In the frame, but
I wanted to win an Oscar. Well, I did a couple films before it, Seven Lost, and then Couple's Betrayal, and they were both drama, emotional type movies. And I really just kind of wanted to do something fun,